Happy Monday, folks. Big up everyone whose team is still in the FA Cup and the League Cup and the Champions League. I know Man Divided can't relate. I know Tottenham Hotshot can't relate. But where us Arsenal fans are concerned, it's a fantastic weekend and hopefully it's a great week. Now, banter aside, we're through to the next round of the game of the FA Cup. The game against Portsmouth, we handled business. Shout out to Martinelli. I want to ask you a question. Is it now time for Arsenal to convert Martinelli into a striker? Allegedly, there's some news surrounding Per Mertesacker and the departure at Arsenal. What did you make of Madueke's penalty? What's going on, people? As usual, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and in some cases, good night. Big up, Rob. As the man has said, hit the like button, subscribe, get notification bells on, hype video, share, comment in chat, comments in videos, join the channel, follow on social, 75k target and 100k eventually. DG Nation, you're far too kind, and big up more Arsenal in the cut as well. So yeah, man, as an Arsenal fan, and it's all said and done, I'm happy to still be in all comps. I think there's several gears to go up in attack. I still think there's a lot of warning signs in attack, specifically who is going to get the goals. For the last few years, we've known we can score goals, but who and when are we going to get those? I can't lie, the media, not even the media, social media, football fans are special. Arsenal football social media fans, this overreaction to Madueke is doing my head in. Now, granted, it weren't the best of penalties. He should have scored, but I don't see how some are doing this. Oh, he's got an attitude problem and all of this. Where did you get that from that penalty? Where have you got that since he signed for Arsenal? I don't know what's going on there. But anyways, no doubt Marcel's talking absolute nonsense, but pick him up same way. Monday morning waffle from this guy. Here we go. Let me get my syrup out the fridge. Look at this guy. Shout out, man. But big up yourself regardless, man. You're a twat, but you're a twat, man. So yeah, make sure you're smashing the likes. Now, we've been handling business as Arsenal fans. All you see is green. Of course, there's a couple X's and there's 1-2 draws, but we're handling business, man. You know, yesterday was great. Finally, great to see Eze and Wanyeri. Nice to see Miles Lewis-Skelly get some minutes. Unfortunately, Madueke missed his penalty, but Martinelli got 3 goals. Corner boys in the building, through to the next round of the game against, well, the FA Cup after Portsmouth. Thought Norgard did very well. So, yeah, man, we made 10 changes. Credit to Portsmouth. They did make it difficult for us. I'm not going to say winning 4-1 flatters us because we deserved it and we were clinical and whatnot, but it was a lot closer of a game than that would have concerned them. You know, like, they were competitive, they pressed well, they played out from the back well, they're extremely direct. They started like a house on fire, man. And you're right, Arsenal fans on socials are far too football fans, full stop, because not just Arsenal fans, but fans in general. Like, for me, I'm all for a fair trial for people. If someone has an attitude problem, or you can rise up some evidence where there's a quote-unquote attitude problem, then by all means, let's have that conversation. But I just don't get how, like, 2 + 2 equals 10, because you haven't heard a word out of that. Not to say Arsenal's the be-all and end-all, but we all know, before we talk about players' ability and what they can do on the football pitch, not just Arsenal, but the club that we support, we're big on attitude. You know, have you got a gross mindset? Have you got humility? Are you going to be a decent player with the bunch of the boys? Because there were concerns based on what the media was saying about Madueke following that Chelsea move to Arsenal. Nobody said that. By all means, you've just been talking about his ability, his lack of goals, times he's got goals, how he's deputized and mixed in for Bukayo Saka. Some Arsenal fans have even gone as far as to say he should be reinstated into the first team and Saka should be dropped. But I don't get that whole attitude problem. Is it because he's got a nonchalant kind of demeanor? Is it because of the penalty? By all means, the actual technique around the penalty, Madueke, you don't know me. I'm not a fan of these little started run-ups, man. Just go out there and smash it, really and truly. And I couldn't tell you the last time we missed the penalty prior to Noni, but it is what it is, man. Noni did good taking the pen. He missed, so what? We won the game. Let's move on. See, I'm with you. Obviously, go and take Arsenal Football Club. We want to get to the next level and we want to win trophies. And, you know, God forbid, because we win games, but penalty shootouts, either in the Champions League, in the League Cup, in the FA Cup, they're a factor. So Noni, go and work on the penalties. He's earned the penalty himself. He showed great determination to take it. He showed big bollocks. The only penalties that are not missed are those not taken. It was just a terrible penalty, really, really and truly. But it didn't really harm us, if I'm completely honest. And to be honest, I like that. I know people even saying, oh, he's a ball hog and he's this and he's that. Maybe I'm wrong. But it didn't look like there was no fighting to take the penalty. Obviously, maybe the boy said, you know what, Noni, it's FA Cup, go do your thing. Maybe, you know, Noni's up there in the pecking order for penalties. I don't know, man. Who do you fancy in the draw? We need to see the draw, man. We need to see the draw. FA Cup draw. Let's type that in. Who's actually there? Because I think we're number 17. FA Cup draw. When is the fourth round? What's all the balls? What is all the balls? To answer your question, Marcel, big up yourself, man. Make sure we're smashing the likes. But yeah, man, if I just think Arsenal fans always got to waffle about something, man. Like, and again, we'll get on to we got a lot to discuss in a short space of time. But Marcel asked the question: what are the balls? Wolves are first, Southampton are second. Then you got Villa, Port Vale, Wigan, Ipswich, Wrexham, Chelsea, City, West Ham, Brentford, Fulham, Sunderland, Liverpool, Barnsley. Obviously, depending on who wins tonight. Burnley, Norwich City, Arsenal in 17th, Leeds United, West Brom, Salford or Swindon Town, Burton, Grimsby, Hull City, Newcastle United, Oxford, Leicester City, Birmingham City, Bristol City, Stoke City, hella cities in it, Macclesfield, Brighton and Hove Albion. Big up Brighton and Hove Albion for what they did. Cameron, all I thought everything changed at Man United when you just simply go back to a back four. Just say what would Sir Alex Ferguson do and just scream we're United. I thought all of those things was going to put United playing amazing and things. I guess I'm wrong, people. And Mansfield Town. I have a sneaky feeling that we're going to get a Premier League team. My heart is telling me just because it's Arsenal versus City a lot and there's a potential final between Arsenal, I hope so, but Arsenal and Chelsea or Newcastle and City, there's many a combination you could make, people, for who's going to be that. But with that being a potential thing, with Arsenal in the title race with City, I just have a funny feeling we're going to draw a Premier League team. And I do think City away in the FA Cup. Genuinely, I do think that. I'd love us to be the home team. Is it just me? I might be making this up, but I swear we're not normally number 17th. I'm sure we're like first or second. I don't know. I don't even know how they allocate the numbers and all those kind of things. But of this, we don't mind playing Port Vale again. We don't mind Wrexham for the story that they've got surrounding their club. Give me again, magic of the FA Cup and all of that. But give me Macclesfield, Mansfield, Grimsby, Burton. Give me all them kind of Salford City. Give me all them teams at the Emirates in it. Nice day out and whatnot. You know what? Fuck it, Stoke. Bring me Stoke. For obvious reasons, I don't need to explain that to you Arsenal fans, man. But yeah, I'm with the Arsenal perspective here. Give me a home. Yeah, man. Home game next round. Hopefully it's against one of the smaller kind of clubs. Stoke away is dark, but I don't mind Stoke at home. Little run out, Marley Salmon minutes, Wanyeri sourcing, the fringe players come in and do their thing. I want to take the FA Cup seriously. I mean, we want to win everything, but that's our trophy. We've got 14, United have 13. They've gone out. It's a chance to win it. We all know, like, we've put a terrible account of ourselves, if I'm completely honest, since we won the FA Cup in 2020. And, we've actually been going out the third, fourth round. So it was nice to obviously beat Portsmouth. So, yeah, man, that to answer your question, I'd say that. Stoke away, though, it probably won't quite be the same game. But naturally, as Arsenal fans, Stoke away, you're seeing Shawcross and Tony Pulis. You know what? I kind of wish Tony Pulis and them man there were doing what they're doing at Stoke now with what we've got, because I actually think we could equip ourselves, man. Felt good to see Ethan kick that ball, Marley, Salmon, K. You're right, bro, because we don't know when we're going to see Wanyeri again. I think he did all right. I'm still, and it's difficult because you are out of rhythm, but you do have to take the occasion, you have to take your chances, whether you're playing 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 10 minutes, you ain't started in 10, 20 games and now you're getting a start. You need to grab those opportunities. I still think for Wanyeri, and this is all relative to age, innit? Like, I expect you to have this. This ain't a concern. I still need you to affect the game properly over 90 minutes. I actually think watching the game again, I think he had a very good game against Portsmouth, man. Looks a lot sharper for someone that ain't really had minutes. So lovely to see him. Lovely to see Marley Salmon, to have Miles Lewis-Skelly, Wanyeri, Salmon, Dowman, Bed. They all sound similar, innit? Bit older than them, but Saka, the Haylands pumping, innit? So, yeah, I'm with you, lot. If you're just getting in here, please don't forget to put a like on the vid. Rob, you're far too kind. I want Brighton, DG. Why do you want Brighton? I can't lie, I'm trying to avoid them still. I'm trying to avoid them. If we get them, then it is what it is, but I'm trying to avoid them kind of clubs, man. I'm trying to avoid that, man. Like, respectfully to Portsmouth, you kind of, because remember, the games are coming thick and fast. We're still in all comps. What? Man United have, out of both comps, what they've played, like, they're going to play like 40 games if they haven't already. That's a record, isn't it? 40 odd, 50 odd, isn't it? The bare minimum. I kind of want one of the lesser teams so that we can rotate, because League Cup now, you got 2 games against Chelsea. Obviously, the Premier League is what it is. Champions League is a bit of a techie one. You want to maintain your position and what that could mean going forward. But, I wouldn't say it's life or death beyond the obvious against Inter Milan, or I think we've got Paphos after that. So I guess, just to help us out a bit, Little Burton or something at home, though. I don't really want to. Away from home, you need to go a lot stronger. As you saw with Portsmouth, the teams are on it. Magic of the FA Cup, typical British games, all those kind of things. Man United season is over, bro. Like, they're rubbing out. And you know what? If Man United don't get top four, it's an extra failure. You've got one competition. On paper right now, if you look at the Premier League, if you ask me my top four in no order, Arsenal first, City second, I think Liverpool will get third, if I'm completely honest with you. But for argument's sake, just humour me. Like, Arsenal, City probably a shoe-in. You've got Liverpool, you've got Aston Villa, you know, you've got Chelsea there. You know, United, the one advantage that United have, and there's a lot of cons that go against them in comparison to the other teams in it, but they're playing one game a week. Like, you're playing one game a week. This is why, yeah, that to not know anything about what Man United is, whether they play a back three, back four, are they attacking side, are they a counter-attacking side, are they possession dominance, are they a physical side? Nobody don't know a damn thing about them. You got Carrot and Paphos. 3 games then, because we got Inter on the 20th away from home. I actually want Arteta to go strong. I reckon he will, man. It's 40 games, but we're beating you next Sunday. Well, that just shows your head's fried, man. Because I don't know where you're getting that common sense from. Beating Arsenal. Okay. Make sure you don't run, you know. Don't run. I'll hold my licks. If Man United win, banter me. Because you Man United fans, empty barrels make the most noise. And despite your team being shit, your stadium being shit, still living in the past with Alex Ferguson, you still find things to waffle about. And nobody comments more on other teams than Manchester United fans on social media and you lot in London. I get it. Ain't nothing enough going on there. But like, fam, hey DG, how you doing? What's your favorite FIFA song? I ain't got one at the moment. Now we're getting slapped. I can't lie. The thing is, when it comes to the one thing with my team, yeah, when it's time to dish out licks, we don't dish out licks. Like, I know it's a very ignorant way of viewing it, but Liverpool, in terms of how we're feeling, could have moved to them. So I'm a bit wary about Man United. Where Man United's concerned, but I just think the team's too poor with bad habits. You got a very talented young player of Lenny Euro just left to his own devices. You know, you lot crap. Like, I'm seeing Sancho Martinez take corners. I'm loving this. You lot ruin childhoods. I'm loving this. United's bad, but you can't underestimate them on a serious note. You can't underestimate anybody in this life. Feels good when someone like Skelly has a bad game, brush it off, get back to his ways. I like Magalhaes' leadership. I like Marino taking his job serious. Norgard calm. Arsenal is okay, no issues. Hope we can say that the whole season, my friend, man. Hope we can say that the whole season. Surely, I would cash on Kai Havertz, Jesus, get another left winger, play Martinelli a second striker behind Gyokeres, and get Arsenal for sure, Luis Enrique. Nothing else, only a manager we need. I mean, if Arteta left, I'm having Luis Enrique. I don't think... This is just my thoughts. It's not what I believe. I think if Arteta doesn't win silverware, I do think he remains in his job, in it. I've maintained that several times. Hopefully, we win silverware. In terms of Martinelli playing behind the striker, you never know, but we're not going to see Miles Lewis-Skelly in midfield. In my opinion, Martinelli up front. If you lot want, I'll do a tactical video. I don't think Martinelli is going to go up front anytime soon. You know, Arteta is not going to deviate away from that structure, whatever he demands of a false nine. Now, to get the best out of Martinelli, obviously, you know, a bit like what we say about Gyokeres, but focusing on Martinelli. See that ball against Portsmouth where Marino's put him in? You need to do that on a consistent basis. How many times are we going to do that anyways? How many times are we going to get that as a low block? How good is Martinelli at the simple things? Because there is an element of playing up front, simple, chest it down, give and go, you know, all of those kind of things. If we change the way we play, then I'd entertain it. Because Martinelli does get in the right areas. He does have a positive attitude about himself. A part of me still believes, still sees, you know, remember that season he was scoring a lot of goals? I was seeing shades of, and nowhere near them, but Alexis Sanchez, Luis Suarez. I just don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. I think you've got your Marinos, you've got your Gyokereses, you've got your Kai Havertzes, you've got your Gabriel Jesus, is what it is. Now, fast forward to next summer, I don't think you're going to see Jesus and Kai Havertz leave. And I actually don't want mass exits because then other people have to gel. I wonder what the future of Kai Havertz is, because it does shock me that allegedly it's a 1-year extension. Because from a footballing point of view, whether I like it, you like it or not, he's a key player for Mikel Arteta. He's one of our more consistent attackers, it sounds mad to say. Understands the system. The age profile is there. He's got stability. He's favoured by the gaffer. Not that it means anything, but, you know, working environment. He seems like he's genuinely best friends with Odegaard off the field. I thought he would have got a longer contract sort of thing. I wonder if that's going to be Mikel Arteta against Andrea Berta. And I don't mean that, you know, I'm not trying to do the media stuff, but I just think from a footballing point of view, if Arteta's hat on, I like Kai. He understands my system, all those kind of things. from Andrea Berta's perspective, where to a degree he has to consider that, and he is a footballing man, you're looking at the numbers. Now, granted, if another striker comes in or Gyokeres finds his shooting boots, and between Eze, Wanyeri, Odegaard, they're locking down midfield, you know, Kai is, you know, we need a lot of players, but Kai doesn't necessarily get into the team. And Kai's strengths are his intelligence, the way he understands it from a tactical point of view, and his versatility. You know, Kai can play in a number of positions. I just wonder if Berta looks at it and says, yeah, I hear that with Kai, but we could get that someone that could do that same role on significantly less wages, because Kai Havertz and Gabriel Jesus, more so Kai Havertz, because obviously, you know, he is in our strongest 11, especially with Gyokeres is not doing his thing. But if it's the way it's meant to be, Jesus and Kai Havertz, your rotationary options, squad players, get your spot on the team sheet. They have to, one of them play, and in my opinion, it's more likely to be Gabriel Jesus. There's a lot of wages there, in it, if I'm completely honest with you, that could be reinvested elsewhere. Even with that, it's all fun and games. I expect Gabriel Jesus to leave Arsenal in the summer. I don't think he'll be here, but he's contracted until 2027, and he is on big wages. Maybe he doesn't necessarily want to go. I know in his interview, he kind of alluded to that. So it is what it is. 2019, Martinelli was a striker. I need him to play striker. It was good for Noni to take the pen. It's also good he missed it because it's going to get him to work more. He's improved a lot off the ball. Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. Keep your thoughts coming, man. Big up yourself, Dermot, man. Big up yourself, Dermot. And big up everybody in the chat, man. Fire, appreciate you. Kai, the fan's still waiting for him to turn up. Glock 14 won't have much time either. We need to be more ruthless. The thing with Kai Havertz, I mean, with Gyokeres, and a bit like Eze, we knew Gyokeres, you're going to have to play a really out of your skin to that. The whole other striker stuff that we can do is kind of dead unless we need to rest. Eze, we knew you needed to play a blinder either left wing or in the 10 or Odegaard's back in. These are the sort of things that are going to go against you, man. Big up the South Africans. Jared has said, how's it going, brother? Greetings from South Africa. You're the most chill Arsenal YouTuber except for the shameless shirtless celebrations. Hey, we can't be perfect, man. I appreciate you regardless, man. I appreciate you, man. Players are also getting back to full fitness. That's another thing. Would you add a left-footed defender or left back? Because I think I want to bring Marley Salmon in on the right-hand side. Maldini's not going to make it at Arsenal, in my opinion. Salmon, we need to be careful. We need to slowly cook him. He's 16. Just keep doing what you're doing. I actually think, yeah, by the time he's like 17, 18, we might even accelerate his development. Like, you might see him wake up and he's gone on loan or something. I think he is one of those. I do want to see him go through a right-back apprenticeship. Admittedly, in January, if I could, I do think we could do with a Tomiyasu Timber versatile kind of defender. Our bodies are dropping like flies. Like, we'll get into it, but even all this hype around Kai Havertz, like, you're not going to see him start on a consistent basis anytime soon. We need to box very carefully. We can't get excited just because he's back fully fit. We don't want a recurrence, because what do you see? Players that have been out for a while, they come back in. Remember, we're playing like twice a week, 3 games in 10 days. They get significant minutes. And then you start seeing hamstring knocks and stuff of that ilk. That's happened to Rodri enough times. That happened when Ben White just come back from his last injury. There's a lot of things to consider, people. So, yeah, man, we've been doing what we need to do. We're still in all comps where January is concerned. Hopefully, we can bring some silverware home. I did want to ask you lot this year, a bit of a twofold question. One, does this concern you? 2, what do you make of this? If you look in all competitions for the 2025-26 season, right? Arsenal's top goal scorers, Martinelli with 9, Trossard and Gyokeres and Saka all have 7. Eze, Marino have 5, Magalhaes, Rice have 4, Madueke and Timber have 3. Bearing in mind, Calafiori and Timber are actually up there for touches in the up box. It shows that there's versatility and there's many different ways to play, but this is what I mean. Like, surely there's still some unanswered questions in attack. There's a lot that Arteta has to facilitate, because I do think there is an attacking tax to apply to all of our attackers based on last season. No one can convince me whoever went up front, or if we brought in a left winger, it's as white and black as you slap them on the pitch. All our attacking woes are fixed. I believe defensively, you could slap anyone there, because I think we've done the homework. And when you deep it, I know this is all comps, but I'm sure Gyokeres is our top goal scorer in the Prem. Obviously, big up Martinelli and Eze for bagging hat-tricks, but the hat-tricks inflate that. Trossard's doing his thing and playing out of his skin, and he's this season's Freddie Lomberg. Madueke's got 3 goals. The one thing around Madueke, for as much as what I like about what he's introduced to this football club, is goals. There's a lot of unanswered questions, and I'll take my hat off to the boys. It ain't been plain sailing. I'm a big fan of auditing the performances, but I don't think we've played amazing on a consistent basis from August to now. But we're still in with a fighting chance of doing what we're doing, in it, really. And you get where I'm going with it. Now I kind of need to be able to answer these questions. I do think our attack is now time for a lot of you individually and collectively to start pulling your finger out, because realistically, from August up until now, it's really just been Trossard, if I'm honest with you, on a consistent basis. We've gone over your career. Saka needs to start finding goals. Eze, that's something you could introduce. Marino, I'm not really looking at you for goals, but wherever you chip in, do your thing. Same with Magalhaes and the same with Rice. Madueke, the one thing for you was to bring goals. Obviously, minutes and expectations adjusted. If you're someone like Madueke, where you're a bit of a more rotationary option, it's not good. The burden's not going to be as high on you as Saka. But I genuinely think for all of our attackers, everyone should be targeting 10 goals, 10 assists, all comps minimum, keyword minimum. You should, let's just say double figures. But I just wanted to ask you, lot, like, what do you lot make of that? Because I'm still of the camp that it's still kind of Saka and Inshallah, really and truly. And I don't know why own goals ain't on that list. What a player he was from Andrea Burton, man. DG, did you see Uncle Welb's goal yesterday? He starts for Arsenal, still low key. It's not even low key. I mean, they laughed at me for the last couple of years. I'm saying, bring Wells back, bring Wells back, bring Wells back. I don't think they'd sack Arteta even if we don't win anything. It's because nobody is good out there unless you get Enrique. But that's also another process that the club would have to start again. You'd have to start it regardless. We could get better. We could get worse. I disagree in that I don't like this. As much as I'm fond of Arteta, I don't like this language that he's the only one. And at some point, if we keep falling short, we're going to have to try something else. And to be fair, though, obviously, when we got Arteta, who was he? Respectfully, like, he was a coach with Pep. We didn't know about what he could do and what he couldn't do. So you took a chance on a nobody or inexperienced man before. Maybe you could do that again. Admittedly, though, I am of that, Luis Enrique, this and that, because it just feels like it's over the line business now. There's an element of impatience, I would say, man. So yeah, man, good talking points. Own goals, our best scorer after Nelly. Martinelli should swap out Gyokeres. You have no players in double figures. Bro, Marcel is dark, bro. And I need that to now become a thing, really. I need Saka to pull his finger out. I need Trossard to keep maintaining. Martinelli, do what you can. Eze, do what you can. Really. Because actually, who do you really think is going to grab the goals on this list? I do have Magalhaes as a goal threat going in, game out a lot more than others, man. Can't look to Jesus for goals because it was never a strong point for him. Madueke is the worst in the goal department. Like people forget, he's a good dribbler, not a goal scorer. Ethan, appreciate you. 23 months being a member. On to 2026. Appreciate the members and mods, man. Without your lot of support, it's dead. Gyokeres has to be socking. What's that mean? Also, because sometimes you can't be fed on a pay. You have to scrap it. You have to go ask for you have to go ask for it. Gyokeres has been in his shadows. I think his confidence naturally has been shot, man. Like, even the way he was speaking when he signed for the club to how he is now looks like a shadow of his former self. Eze still living off that hat trick against Spurs. He's been rubbish since then. He'll be lucky to be on that flight to the World Cup. Less said that, man. No, I wouldn't say send Marley Salmon on loan, but I don't say it's a forcing thing, but I do think sooner rather than later, we're going to be at that stage where, if we could get him 20, 30 odd games, baptism of fire, you send my man to the championship at a certain point, you're playing against some street smart individuals. Saliba didn't get over the line immediately. Where was Gabriel at 18? Where was Saliba at 18? I just think we could accelerate that. For me, I want to see Salmon play right back, like get his short-term apprenticeship at right back. Can't really see how many games are being said there. You have to slow cook, really. And I mean, if everybody was fit, which we say all the time, he would have made his debut. But how many minutes realistically can you get? So it'd be interesting, man. We've got a player, and while I'm rooting for Salmon beyond the obvious is we never bring through defenders. And when we do, it's accidental. Kieran Gibbs weren't a left back initially. Big him up. Ainsley the same. Miles Lewis-Skelly the same. I do think we need to start bringing through everybody, really and truly. Like, there's obviously, well, to me, it feels like a bias. We know we bring through those kind of creative, Smith Rowe-y, Wanyeri, the attacking players, in it. Like, it feels like you're more likely to bust through here if it's an attacker. I think we need to bring through some more steady eddies, man, especially when we've had these injury crises, if that makes sense, man. I can't even complain right now, DJ. I'm just glad to have options in our striking position. Each game requires something different because none of them are the full package, to be completely honest. I agree with that, man. I'd play Nelly up front if the game is more end-to-end. There you have it, exactly. But how many times is the game state that, especially in the bigger games? You don't really see that. And at the best, Martinelli is better when it's open. And he's better when he ain't got time to think about decisions, if I'm honest with you. Like, when Martinelli his brain ain't got time to process stuff, he's in his bag, man. Gyokeres needs to work on his control first touch. I like the guy, but he needs to do something right. At 27, he's like, your first touch ain't going to improve like that. I actually think he needs to get stronger because the strength you thought you had in Portugal, bro, Premier League is more physical. Speed of thought, strength, be a bit more demanding, get your confidence, and everything can fall into place, man. If we are persistent with this though, then another striker, Gyokeres, you're part of the squad. Left winger, I can't see another striker coming in the summer and a left winger, but a man can dream, no? A man can dream, man. A man can dream. DJ, I was fuming watching Odegaard serving passes to Havertz while starving my striker, Gyokeres. I disagree, you know, because actually I've said this, yeah. I think even if I go back to the Olympiacos game, I actually think Odegaard, of all of them, Odegaard's actually trying to bring them in. Like, he's actually consistently trying to find Gyokeres and trying to find Havertz. But then for Gyokeres, why is Havertz on the crime scene? Because we can talk about we don't create for him, and that's true. But there's two truths can live in the same realm. There is something Arteta could do. The players could get a bit more out of him, but he's never in the box. If I'm honest, I don't think the players trust him fully. I don't. And I don't think he trusts himself. Maybe they can see you're not confident, really. So be a bit more demanding. Arrive in the area because Kai finds a way. Jesus finds a way. Marino finds a way. Gyokeres, you have found a way to a degree. I would like to see the shackles taken off him a bit. You know, I don't really see him consistently. Just by looking at Sporting, he's pulling into the channels. The way I see it, Gyokeres right now, you're a tool. I'm not looking at you as a bagsman, and I am quite disappointed, if I'm honest, with everything that we're talking about with Gyokeres and maybe Eze as well, because you don't know me. In the summer, Zubamendi, Eze, Gyokeres, they were my level raisers, my floor, my ceiling raisers, and I think only Zubamendi's done that. Now, there's obviously some external factors, but yeah, I just think Gyokeres it needs to click. It needs to click, man. DG, who's your favorite footballer of all time? Oh, great question. There's 3. Oh, there might be 4. In no order. Thierry Henry. Ooh. Thierry Henry, Ronaldinho, Lionel Messi, or 9. Don't shoot me, Arsenal fans. Ashley Cole. I was going to say the same thing, DG. He's 27. If he ain't got it, he already getting it now. And to be honest, like, look at other people. Because the way I look at Gyokeres, like, in terms of how you play in your body and whatnot, we know he's not Haaland, but there's no point watching what other false nines are doing. I actually think you've adapted quite well, isolated to how you can do it, all the other things, occupying centre-backs, all that kind of jazz. I think you do that. But just look at people with your same kind of body shape. Chris Wood's found a way. Waltmade's found a way. You're not Haaland, but Haaland's found a way. Be a bit more... Even Mateta's found a way. Mateta used to be scrubby as well. People used to laugh at Mateta. Obviously, Glasner, he looks different. There's a player in Gyokeres, whether you're going to be that 15-20 man, or you're going to be a 10-15 man, or you're just a tool in the toolbox that we can bring on against tired legs, or you start games and whatnot, and then other players get to benefit. I don't know, man. Man said, Henri, Perez, Canu, Lomberg, keep dropping the facts, big dog. Appreciate you, my boy. The argument for Gyokeres was that he was ready-made. That implies he's not getting much better than this. He is ready-made, but this is why it either has to work or we cut our losses, because this is as good as it's going to get from Gyokeres. Even if he starts scoring goals, bro, he's never going to have a great first touch. He's never going to be the sprinkling guy. For me, the limited, like, what you're good at, just do that, innit? Just do that. I see you doing the general play, get in the box, because that's the one thing with Gyokeres, and that's the only thing I've got a bit of praise. I'm kind of hiding behind in that. You're not missing a bunch of chances, but I am at the point I'd rather you miss a bunch of chances because you're actually in the box. That's the one thing that's disappointing me with Gyokeres, the lack of anticipation, the lack of speed of thought, all that kind of stuff that I thought would be there. Like, I'm not being funny, but all you have to do is watch Gyokeres' highlights to see an awkward running style, a bulldozer, a bit of a Bandulu player. I do think the confidence thing, like, even a fully fit, confident Gyokeres might not be the guy, but I think the confidence is shot, man. Like, the confidence is, like, the way he was talking when he signed for this football club, the way he was moving in the initial games to now, yeah, man. Like, yeah. But you know what? This is the last, as the Arsenal politician, this is the last thing I've got for you, Gyokeres. I take my hat off to you. You never had a preseason. You're joint second top goal scorer in all comps. That's not bad for our second choice striker. We all know that, you know, Arteta plays a false 9 and it's Kai Havertz. Gyokeres has done well to that, all while he's adapting. Gyokeres, I need you to help me. I need you to help me, because that's the last kind of safe face thing I've got. You know, this is a safe space. I'll always come on this channel and be honest. When we're going on them other platforms and stuff, I won't deny the obvious, but I do believe in protecting your home a bit. Like, in public, everything's great. We bring family issues home, but Gyokeres, I'm looking like an idiot on social media, man. I'm looking like an idiot, man. I need you to help me, man. I need something. I need something, man. But yeah, I think by the end of the season, Gyokeres might be more physical with the league, but I don't know what that does for GA. Well, Gyokeres just grab me 10 Premier League goals and we can save a bit of face. Gyokeres getting starved while BCM Merchant. What's BCM? People keep saying that. What does BCM mean? BCM Merchants, Jesus and Havertz get chance after chance. I'm tired, boss. I hear you, but then if Marino's getting chances, Jesus is getting chances, Kai Havertz is getting chances, why are they getting chances? Do your teammates trust you, or are you in the area? Or is there something that you're kind of whatever? Or is it everything? I think if you played football, you know how to get yourself out of tough situations, like doing the basics, hold the ball, pick the passes, just get in the right mind, get in the right place. It's easy. It's not easy, but I agree with everything else you have there. You need a petition for a Koya, Tondela, and Real Ave to be in the Prem. Gyokeres will cook. Then go away, man. Foxy idiot. For me, Gyokeres will never be the guy, but he's the blueprint for Arsenal success. Get me eager, Thiago. I like the Brentford striker. I just need one more season of this because you look like them, man. It's obvious to buy you. It's a sure thing. You go to another club, it's looking spooky. The issue with Gyokeres is his fitness. He looks a viewpoint too heavy. He's not in the box because he's shattered. That could be a thing. That could be a thing, but you're gonna have to get your fitness then, innit? A project can get better. Now, man, are talking about Project Gyokeres. Yeah, I'm not on that. Ashley Cole needs more respect in England. The amount of times he pocketed all-time great. Sol Campbell as well. The forward is not working because it's not about the football. It's mentality stuff. Gyokeres is in shadow, man. Is not demanding. Gyokeres, get that dog out. He should be himself for sure. He's hiding. Boy. He needs to get in the box more for real because in a couple games, the midfielders and wingers are in the box, not Gyokeres. He has to change that. Even that, like the little things, Gyokeres, man, like Wolves, Brighton, come to mind, everything you lot are saying. Even Chelsea away, where fair enough, Timbers tried to go for the header, but you got like Ian Wright, look, Gary Lineker as well. But Ian Wright said the right thing, bro. That box is yours. That box is yours. And I will say this to Mikel Arteta: whatever I think about Gyokeres, he's won the Gerd Muller Award. He bags goals for Sweden. He bagged goals for Coventry. He bagged goals for Sporting. Why has he come here and been unable to? Now, there's some things I'm not going to lay at the feet of Arteta. You know, we do play a low block. We do play against low blocks. It is a step up. All those kind of things. But I had concerns about our attacking play last season and the season before. And as I said earlier, I genuinely think anybody was a very naive if you thought, oh, Arsenal needs a striker. You slap that striker on them and it's going to bang. It's too easy. It's too much of an easy way to look at stuff. Jalen has said, Gyokeres just needs confidence and sharpness. He won't improve his touch at this age. It's true. Confidence will bag. The one thing with you, Gyokeres, I do think we've tried to do the playing you into form thing. We might have to put you on the sideline. You come off the bench and it is what it kind of is. In fact, you probably still have to start because, again, I'm jumping ahead here, but realistically, anyone that thinks Kai Havertz is starting on a consistent basis anytime soon, you're dream chasing, bro. Like, he's played 2 times this season. 1 appearance in the FA Cup, 1 appearance in the Premier League, 30 minutes in the Premier League, 21 minutes in the FA Cup, which totals 51 minutes. You're not fit to start week in, week out. Granted, he looks a lot sharper. I'm not saying he won't start on Wednesday against Chelsea, but you get where we're going. Bearing in mind, he's had 2 big injuries in 2025. We ran him into the ground. He's not ready to be the consistent star. And as we saw with Gabriel Jesus, there was a moment when he was fresh from his injury, come off the bench, looked very good. When you saw him start, you saw a man that's been out for 11 months. Granted, it's not as much as Kai, but you get the point. So this is where we've got a bit of because Kai's not really fully fit like that. Jesus, for all his question marks, ain't really fit like that. Gyokeres, we've been discussing him. You've got him. Marino, it's looking like a Marino thing up front, really. We're going to have to box cleverly. Gyokeres, my heart bleeds for you. But at the end of the day, everybody's personal feelings to the side. My heart bleeds for you. I wish Ranieri could play more. I feel sorry for Eze. You don't know I'm a big fan of Miles Lewis-Skelly. There's bare things that we could talk about. But the collective comes first. That's winning games and getting over the line. You have to figure it out. Now, Gyokeres, you've responded to adversity before, bro. And Gyokeres, you'll always have a fan in me. You did everything to fucking join this, pardon my language, to join this football club. So, yeah. Unpopular opinion, a striker was never going to drastically improve us, especially when the tactics don't suit the strength of our players. We just needed someone more clinical than Kai. I'm with you with that, man. And you know what my thing is now? I've come to accept we're probably not gonna cater to a striker like that, really. So, you know what? I don't know who. But just get me a bad boy false 9. Arteta wins. That's what he wants. Get me a bad boy false 9 that's going to do all that stuff and get numbers. Bring me a serious left winger. And then it is what it is in that regards, man. We need our youth players for added depth. Salmon looked good yesterday, and when Yeri is on point, keep giving them opportunities. Gyokeres got to start banging some double figures in games and a couple hat tricks. It was nice to see Okonkwo do well the other day. I think eventually he'll be in the EPL, a late developer like Martinez. He's doing his thing. It's been good for Haaland, man. Unfortunately, Amari Hutchinson missed a penalty. You've mentioned Arthur Nkonkwo, penalty, doing his thing. Smith Rowe back the other day. Wolby's doing his thing at AFCON. It's not Haaland, but Arsenal, Ramsdale, penalty shootout hero. So, yeah, man. If I was too cool, I ain't bringing Eze on that plane, stay at your yard. But hey, fair enough. I would try Martinelli up front, but I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced because we'd have to change the way we're playing, and I just can't see it happening, man. Eze's kit went straight back on the hang on. No need to wash that, boy. It's harsh. Saka will get his boots back. I want more fluidity up front. I think our forward players are sitting on it for sure, DG. We should ask more because for sure, try something. Try get shots. Try something different. Appreciate you, Gooner channel. The Gooner channel. Make sure you're following, man. Nelly isn't a CF. Anyone who's played CF will tell you that he's a quality winger. To be fair, Carlo plays him there. I do think you could get a tune out of Martinelli up front, but I just think too much dynamics have to change. And I just think about when there's no space and the games are congested, like what's Nelly bringing to the table realistically? You could caveat that and say, well, what's Gyokeres doing? We've seen what Kai Havertz is doing. We know what Jesus is doing. So why not try something different in which I would have no choice but to sit here and say, you know what, you're kind of right. Fair enough. But yeah, it is what it is. I respect it, but you got to stop. Might as well still even. Hey, boy, you're entertaining Marcel. He's drunk, man. I was very excited when we signed Gyokeres, but he's been very disappointing. But all that won't really matter this season if we win the league. But next season, he needs to wake up. We need that youth behind Mbappe at Madrid, Gonzalo on loans. You know what he'd cook here, man. Pimp DG, don't you know some nice little gal for Gyokeres to get comfy with? What the hell? Nah, G, you got the wrong person. Physically, you can't take shortcuts at Prem level anymore. Gyokeres had it easy in Portugal. He's finding that out at the moment. True. Communication will be key with Gyokeres as well. He don't seem to be talking or moaning to his team during the match. Where's the passion for goals? I think he's got passion for goals, but that's where I'm with you, Jalen, man. Like, bro, this is my area. Saka, when you got that ball on your left, I'm darting. Again, Gyokeres needs to get in the box. But when you got that ball, all I'm interested is cutting to that near post. Or if I'm in that far post, find me. The one thing I give Gyokeres, he does, you see if in the opposition box, like the right-hand side, like think Burnley when he took the players with him and we ended up scoring. Start regulating, bro. Like you're a bit too nice, bro. Because reality is, I'm saying this at a place of love. If you don't believe in yourself, if you don't pull yourself out, no one can. Nobody can. Arteta's priority is to win trophies. If Havertz is the better option, then that's going to be the thing. Like, you pull yourself out of this. You've done it once, you could do it again. You've reacted to adversity your whole career, man. And you've done everything to sound. Just keep working, man. Just keep working. And I'm with Boy with this because that's the one thing that shocks me. Because you can see if you're not going to put food on a plate for Gyokeres, he's not going to bag. At the same time, as I said, speed of thought, diversity in runs, gaining the trust of your teammates, demanding the ball from your teammates. There's so many uncontrollables that will go against Gyokeres. But by the same token, there's so many things he can control for himself. You got to spoon feed Gyokeres. It's not enough that you done the coming, brought the china and utensils. I hear it, man. Gyokeres. Big up S, man. Big up S. If I see, let's not call him a donkey, man. Let's not call him a donkey. DG, why should I bring the food, cook it, bring it to the table stuff? Do you want me to feed you, Gyokeres? I do think you have to feed him, but then you have to want to eat. I can put the food on the table, bro. You got to grab the plate. You got to literally grab the knife or the spoon or whatever you want and do your thing. Ready-made, win now talk winds me up a bit. It's all external. I don't remember anyone at the club making these claims, but we hold them to it for some reason. I do think Arteta and the boys want to win now. I don't think it's winning or die at this football club, if I'm honest. DG, no Roberto Carlos in your list. He deserves it, but come on, man. Like, I can't, like, bro, I said 5, innit? I can't have everybody. Roberto Carlos would be there. DG, what's the situation with Eze? Not playing a lot. Did you expect better from him or people being harsh? I do think there's an element of people being harsh, but I'd say for Eze, he's a bit more of a moments man than I thought, Like he's had some great moments. Bayern comes to mind. I think, for Newcastle, he was great. He obviously got a hat-trick against Spurs, but I think in all actions, he was busting his ass to defend. Bayern Munich with the assist, City with the assist. I don't want to say hot and cold, but he's probably a bit too much of a moments man. I do think it's his style. He does look a bit languid and things. I did think we'd see a bit more. I don't think Eze can complain that you're not in the starting 11. It did shock me Obviously, prior to the last game, or actually Liverpool, that he was a bit of a passive, he weren't involved. But and again, we've been getting results in it. If our form was inconsistent and this player is not doing the job, then I can have energy. Right now, I think the team picks itself. Raya's obviously the number one. Saliba and Magalhaes is fit. Timber hasn't put a foot wrong. Neither has Ben White, to be fair, but Timber's doing his thing. Calafiori's done quite well. You know, Miles Lewis-Skelly ain't taking his chances. Zubamendi is doing his thing in midfield. Rice is doing his thing. Odegaard's looked good in the last few games. And even that, I do think people rewrite history of Eze. He's been good, of course, but I remember just before the North London derby, some people were saying he's a winger. Some people were saying we miss Odegaard. He obviously got the hat-trick that brought him some life. I'd say the one thing that Eze... Because I don't really care between Eze and Odegaard. I'd love them to play together. Whoever plays, it is what it is. People wanted a big squad and different options, and no one's position is safe. But it's all fun and games doing that and saying that until your favourites or the ones you want are not in the 11. The one thing I think Odegaard's got over Eze, and Portsmouth might not be the best of example, but if you watch the game yesterday, I say the term dictating the tempo lightly, but just getting the ball, little give and go, just kind of doing that. I don't see that from Eze enough. But I love Eze, man. I think Eze is a good player, man, if I'm honest. So you're saying Eze is too much of an on his day player at the moment. A lot of the time, Eze is probably 5 out of 10. And there's been moments where he's like 10 out of 10. Like his standout moments have been very good. Like Newcastle was the game for me. I think we all did well, but I think he done well. I need you to be a minimum 7 out of 10, realistically. But yeah, man, I got time for Eze. Gyokeres doesn't look hungry compared to what I see from Haaland. Surely it's a confidence thing. Man say doesn't touch the food. I think we got to give Gyokeres at least one full season to adapt, then judge him next season. I'm going to audit you everything you do from now to the end of the season. I do agree. You do need to give someone that tax. You've seen them City players. It takes them a minute. If we're going into next season and we're kind of putting our hopes on, one more season to adapt, he might even look great in pre-season. I'm sorry, but I probably need another striker, or I need a bad boy left winger that's going to get the numbers, because now you've Gyokeres at this moment in time, again, you're a good tool to have, like physically and what you give to the team, but individually, I don't really want to get into that, man. Noni should never be on penalties again. So many other options. Damn. Talking about Salmon and young lads, do you remember that lad, Kira Gilbert? He looked decent and vanished. Yeah, boy, he got his opportunity and yeah, he's gone, man. Such is life with football, man. You just never know what's going to happen with football. You just never know. I'm not concerned with Eze. He's just not as cultured as Odegaard, but he's a good attacking weapon. I don't see the issue. And I think where Eze's unlucky, Trossard ain't put a foot wrong. I think Eze will be cool, man. And again, you got to remember, he's not doing bad, but he is learning this new system. And for me, respectfully to Crystal Palace, it's not a wow thing anymore, because you're one of many good players. Obviously, we all know, whether you support Arsenal or a next team, we all know how good Eze is, but we all also know when a player is at your club, and not that he's been playing week in, week out, but when you're watching them week in, week out, you see what they're really on, if it makes sense. Personally, I'm glad Noni threw away that pen. Surely he pours some more energy into refining his finishing. You need to work on your penalties. A horrible penalty for me, man. Horrible penalty, but all you can do is move. Should we see what else is going on? What has Mikel Arteta said post Portsmouth? What has he said? We did make 10 changes. That's what we need, our top players to make the difference. And he certainly did that today. He's talking about Nelly. It's always tough to go into these places, especially in the manner that we started the game, conceding the early goal. But we managed to turn things around, so I'm happy. Making changes is always tricky. You lack that cohesion. Certain players as well haven't played that many minutes, but a lot of positives to take from the game apart from the win. Marley Salmon making his debut in the FA Cup. Kai coming back as well. Gabby scoring twice in a different manner. That's what we need, that they start to take that rhythm. Noni as well starting to influence the game. Yeah, Noni, for me, forget the pen. I'm not even vexed about it. Noni's role in the goal we conceded was terrible. Noni had a terrible 20 minutes. He did recover and obviously took the corners and that. We need everyone to be at it. We have so many games coming up in different competitions. I think we are very privileged to be where we are, and we have earned that privilege. And games that we have to play, which means that we are in every competition. Fair enough, Gaffer, fair enough. Allegedly, Gabriel Martinelli is on course for his best goal-scoring season for Arsenal, despite only starting 12 or 31 matches so far. He's currently on 9 goals. His best return is 15 in 2022-23. Is that because he's in a super sub-rotationary option? Or is there something more to be said in that regards, people? Is Martinelli potentially having an underrated season then? Martinelli outside the Prem, 6 starts, 9 GA. I don't know what it is, but it seems something goes off in this guy's head when we play in Europe and in different competitions. Noni Madueke's penalty miss put an end to Arsenal's perfect record from the spot this season. We have scored 4 of the 5. Still a good record nonetheless. Noni's GA this season. In the Prem, he's got 0 in 12 PL games. He's got 5 in 5 in games outside the Prem. You see what I mean about we need our players to bag? And do you know what? Maybe there's a deeper question. The players have to be accountable individually, yeah? Because to be fair, Noni came out. Us fans say, oh, Arteta needs to put the handbrake down. He needs to do this. He needs to do that. The players come out and say he says, I want you to attack. I want you to play without freedom. Surely there's a bigger question that you look at the goals our players have scored in all comps. And we don't all think Saka's playing necessarily well. Gyokeres, we've been discussing him. Obviously, Kai's just come back, but the talking points around him, Jesus, etc. If we're talking about all the individuals that form this collective attacking unit, is there a bigger question to ask? I don't know, though, man. But I don't know, man. But DG, would you take Diaz at Arsenal? Yeah, 100%. Briam Diaz, 1,000,000%. I don't think he's going to leave Real Madrid. Cheeky little player, like can play across several positions. Sure, Arteta must have rubbed shoulders with him when he was at City. Don't think he'd break the bank. 40 odd, 50 odd. If he was on it, yeah. 100%. A million billion percent. Tomorrow, bro. Goals conceded, goals scored. Arsenal have conceded 14. City have conceded 19. Goals scored, they've scored 45 and we've scored 40. So only 5 off them. Now, what does that mean, though? Because collectively, if we could start converting, if our players go through a purple patch, we know we're going to get nowhere near City in it, even though the vast majority of them goals are Haaland. But on paper, we're kind of closer to... Oh, no, mathematically, we're probably not. But it feels like we're closer to getting, like, matching them on scoring than they are with us defensively. Bearing in mind, I think the last 2 years, we've been a great defensive side. This year, I think we're merely a good one, and we've had injuries. It just puts things into perspective. Let's see what else the gaffer has had to say. Oh, we've gone over this already. Okay. See, I'm trying to make sure we don't miss out anything. Let's see what Kai Havertz has said on his return, people. We've got 22 minutes. Again, calm yourselves down with Kai Havertz. I'm sure he's pushing to start, but 51 minutes. Obviously, for me, I want to give Gyokeres the time, but we need to win games. Kai Havertz, we know what we're getting from you. The good, bad, and the ugly. Slap him up front. Let's just try something else with Gyokeres. Maybe coming off the bench against tired legs, getting some goals, etc. But reality is, we're going to run my man into the ground. He got 20 minutes against Portsmouth. You know what? There's logic with him starting against Chelsea, but then how many minutes has he got in the tank? Bearing in mind, it takes anything from 24 to 72 hours to recover. I don't know. If anything, is Kai probably penciled in to start Nottingham Forest away? I don't know. Because I don't even know if Gyokeres is going to start both Chelsea and Forest. But as I said, we got to remember the man's got 51 minutes under his belt this season, people. On Martinelli said he's buzzing. I think he deserves it. Every day he works so hard, especially the way he did it today with goals after a set piece is incredible. So I think we're all happy for him. They were top goals, especially against teams where they actually focus a lot on set pieces. So to jump that high, pardon me, and then to score 2 goals is amazing. I think it's always tough in the third round of the FA Cup, and a place like this is always tough to play at. We didn't play our best football, but we won the game, and that's the most important thing. And then he said, it's a special feeling. It's amazing for myself. I'm just happy to be back out with the boys. I hope I can help them as much as possible now. I think the way the boys have played the last couple of months is so nice, even to watch from the outside, even though it's always very hard to be in a situation like this. But just to watch them was amazing, and I'm very happy to be with them now. Fair play indeed. Let's start closing things, people. So yeah, every word from Mikel Arteta. We've gone over the 10 changes. Obviously on Martinelli's tough week. And I mean, even a tough week, I even see someone write, oh, Martinelli's in the headlines for the right reasons. Bro, it's you lot that made this a circus, you know. It's part of football, and then it's how you take it. But he knew inside the reason why he did what he did. I think Arne Slot spoke brilliantly after the game. Facts, big up Slot. He explained the situation and the fact that Gabby had no intention whatsoever to harm any player. That's his personality and commitment. We talk on the pitch. That's the best part of football. On him bouncing back, Gabby has that. That's why he plays for a big club and has a big personality. Because it can be that way. It can be an action that you miss. It can be something that costs you a game. You need to build yourself up and make it count. And I just want to say, I got a bone to pick with you lot as well, yeah? I'm seeing a lot of you lot now, Gabriel Jesus fans. You lot killed me in the summer. I'm seeing a lot of you, Brendan Martinelli. You killed me for that in the summer. You lot, I say you agree with all the things I've said about Gyokeres. You killed me for that in the summer. Don't shoot the messenger. This knowledge comes at a cost, you know. Smash the like button and subscribe, people. On if he thought Gabby could score headers from 2 set pieces, I do, because he's very good. His timing in the box is really good, especially in certain areas. And yesterday he was talking about, do you know what? Yeah, Martinelli's goals against Portsmouth. I'm sure it was under Una Emery. It was in America. Like when we first saw Martinelli, I feel like he would. I just feel like I've seen that. Like I've got a bit of deja vu. Like Martinelli's never far from the crime scene. If only he could do this on a consistent basis. So yeah, we've gone over Kai. On Hincapié, probably tomorrow we'll know a little bit more where he's at. Obviously, he had to come off against Liverpool, which is never a good sign, but hopefully it's not too much time out. Calafiori, Hincapié, I need you lot to get fit, because Miles Lewis-Skelly's the only left back now. I mean, he's going to need to shake the ring rust off. I back Lewis-Skelly all the way, but we're dangerously close to Timber potentially have to go over there and then bring in Ben White. Ben White had a very good second half, I believe, against Portsmouth, and I feel sorry for him because Timber's just better than you, innit? On Wanyeri, he deserved that because of the strength of the squad and the players that are in positions. He hasn't been able to play. Today he's done it. I think he had some very good minutes. Very short from him, innit? Zinchenko started for Nottingham Forest. Kivio's doing his thing in Portugal. Fabio Vieira stinking up the gaff. None of the loanies are going to make it. Berta's got a lot to do in it. Berta's got a lot to do, because how is it Reece Nelson, Fabio Vieira, however much wages that is a week, and we've not gone. I'm not saying Kai Havertz or Jesus are going to necessarily leave, but between new contracts and leaving, you've got them. And I'm sure Arteta and them want to bring some people in. Did you not hear what Mikel said about how good Kai moves? If Saka was on when Kai played that through ball, it would have been a goal. I mean, Kai's got better movement than Gyokeres, but maybe that's a little indirect. Simply put, Gyokeres needs benching now, so we can test the theory that either he's pulling players to create space where we barely win by a goal, or Havertz and Jesus playing, we bang teams over. To be fair, I think they all do that. I think Gyokeres has done that. I think Havertz does that. I think Jesus does that. I think Marino does. I think they all do that space thing. But then at the same time, you're a top level footballer, should be doing that anyways. With what demands of a striker, you should, at our club, you should be doing that anyways. And also, if we're overcompensating on that, then the traditional striker shit we want to see, it's not being shown in it. And as much as I do think you need context, everyone's got a right to a fair trial. Smash the like button. You know us over here, we're very balanced. It does feel a bit like we're squinting sometimes with Gyokeres, and not just him, but when you're having to, just in general, I think when you're squinting to see positives and it's not evident, I do think you're in trouble, man. Someone needs to tell Madueke this is not Chelsea. He can't just decide he's taking the pen. He's no big shot over. He's a little man, even MLS and Wanyeri over him. I can't lie, Fire. Why is everyone onto Madueke for that? Because last time I checked, I hear what you're saying, but Madueke got fouled for the pen. He picked up the ball. I don't know if there was a conversation, but I don't know if it's the FA Cup and the team said, yeah, you know what, do your thing, everyone get their goals. Because the other players might not have been confident. He might have. I didn't see, who is it for Chelsea when Madueke was there? They were all like fighting over who took the pen. I never saw that against Arsenal. Well, Arsenal against Portsmouth. So I don't understand why man are onto Madueke about that, really, if I'm honest. I don't get it, man. Gyokeres would do better against tired legs. I mean, I'm no tactical genius, and I'm a hypocrite because I would have criticised if it went left, but I said I wanted Marino up front against Liverpool. You could see Konate and Van Dijk, they do very well against traditional strikers. They do very well against Haaland. Gyokeres is baby food. And on top of that, obviously, Gyokeres isn't Haaland, but they're service-reliant strikers. In a game against a low block, you're not going to feed a striker. He's redundant. I think they struggle when you can't find the moving target. Maybe you could have made Gyokeres occupy other roles. I know Arteta might be telling him to stand in certain positions so other players can do other things. But I thought, go with Marino. He's going to drop in midfield. Other players are going to go centrally. You can't really mark a moving target. Tired legs. Then you bring in your traditional striker where he lacks strength in the Premier League compared to these centre-halves. Maybe fresh legs against tired legs, it could help him. I don't know, though, man. I don't know, man. We're going to have to get out of this. Jesus and Havertz will collectively be more dangerous than just leaning on Gyokeres. To be fair, this man needs the Eze treatment based on logic. You see Semenyo debut, what a sign in him and Cherki. Bro, jealous of City, bro. And before you know it, blink and you miss it. They're going to sign someone else. They actually linked with Luis Enrique as well. If Havertz outscores Gyokeres this season, what happens next? Well, then it puts things into perspective for Gyokeres, but I couldn't care less, bro. Like, at this point, I need anyone who plays up in attack to bag goals. If Kai Havertz scores, I'm just exaggerating. If you score 15 goals and Gyokeres scores 10, great, who cares? And it's not to do these goals are more important, but Kai might do the job for us and he's getting 15 goals and I'm really trying to do the copium thing. Gyokeres might get 10 goals, but those 10 goals he got, and again, it's a long shot, some of those goals might have been winners. Then We've come back from 2-0 down in the last 10 minutes. We've snatched a point when we don't deserve stuff. That's what Gabriel Jesus has never been clinical, but that's what he did at City. So, you know, even Zinni, we need a squad. As long as we get over the line, I don't care about no one's individual stuff. Of course, I care. I want to see Miles Lewis-Skelly, Wanyeri, Eze get better game time. I want Gyokeres to do the impossible and challenge Haaland for a golden boot. I want clean sheet awards. I want that. But if life was fair, we'd all have a lot less. All that matters is Arsenal doing this in May, you know. Whoever, if you want to get your individual stats and that, take your chances in it. We're not here to make friends, bro. The collective comes first. It would put food for thought. I don't think we're going to sign another striker, but yeah, went to smoke as he. Oh, what is it? When the pen was awarded, what is smoke and what is it? Thought I'd come back to 3-1 being the score. So confused, had to rewind the thing. Is it just me? But did Eze look better when Odegaard was on the pitch? You're not wrong. You're not wrong. They did. What Eze and Odegaard on occasion could be, it looks lit. It looks lit. Love the channel. Tried hyping, but don't know if you can hype live. You can't hype live, my guy. Appreciate you for attempting, though, Ben. Appreciate you, man. When the stream ends, run that up. No issue with Eze at all. He'll be a serious player for problems for years to come. Bro, I'm cool with Eze, bro. There's a lot of problems. He's not one of them, fam. He's not one of them. On a positive note, we might be missing is that every match is a different player sets up. That's a great thing. We're playing as a squad and with depth. Maybe we need to move from the Haaland model a bit. Have we even gone into the Haaland model? Have we even gone into the Haaland model? And you're right, different strokes for different folks. But to a degree, we're doing that because these men all have limitations. You wish you could combine the 4 striker options together. I know it's exaggeration, but it don't really matter the conditions. Saka's going out there, Rice is going out there, Magalhaes is going out there, Haaland at City's going out there. When you're not doing what they're doing, bro, we need a bit more movement. Kai, that's you. We might need Gyokeres to be a bulldozer / lamppost, and if you're dragging people towards you, other man could benefit. So yeah. Jesus, 4 years at City is the perfect squad player for competing for 4 competitions, versatile output and willing to hold bench. If life was fair, we'd all have a lot less. Damn gospel. It's true, though. If life was fair, we'd all have a lot less. If life was fair and Eze and all them attackers had the right minutes, we might not necessarily have the same 3 points on the board, you know, with the same amount of points. If life was fair, we'd have a lot less. Because what was that rubbish penalty, DG? No, it was a horrible penalty. I mean, no, listen, Madueke, that pen was horrible. But all this, it's not Chelsea. I'm not saying you're saying this, but attitude. Like, where am I getting this from with Madueke's missed penalty against Portsmouth? If he, by all means, if he grabbed the pen of someone, he's making a scene, you take it and miss, you deserve a clap in the back of your head. But I don't think he did that. One love. Nelson been sold, bro. No, he ain't. There's no option. That's not an obligation to buy. Nelson ain't been sold. He's on loan to Brentford, bro. Where the heck is Nelson? Brentford. In fact, even that. I want to find these exact comments of what obviously our gaffer said about Kai Havertz. Because I did see it, like, about movement and that. That's not it. Why is it not coming up? Movement. Is it here? His awareness when he needs to move, where he needs to move. We miss him big time. It's a pleasure to watch him. Well, we all know you do the false 9 thing a lot better. You do the false 9 thing better than Gyokeres, and it's as simple as that. Oh, well, it's not going to be unable to find that. The draw will take place today, people, the 12th of January, by the way. As I said earlier, we are number 17. So, yeah, we'll have to see who we draw. I think we're getting City away, personally. There's been some news that's come out today. Per Mertesacker to step down as academy manager. I wonder why that is. Is that because Mertesacker's got his own career ambitions? He's going to do the same role somewhere else? Maybe he wants to be a sporting director. Maybe he just wants a new challenge. Or is it a change in model at Arsenal Football Club? And I'm keen to see what we do with our academy. Haaland's pumping out talent. The Napoli guy that helped find all them Napoli guys is now working with Berta. I wonder what's going on. Thank you for your service, Mertesacker. Anyways, man, you know, done your thing as a player for us, done your thing off the field as well. Apparently, people, as I said, Mertesacker to step down as academy manager. Per Mertesacker, the club's academy manager has confirmed he will be leaving Arsenal at the end of the season after 8 years in the role. Per has overseen our men's academy since 2018. with a vision to develop distinctive, strong young gunners, young players who have gone on to make their mark with our old men's first team, pursued successful careers at other clubs, or follow different pathways to fulfill their potential with an excellent grounding in education. Per's continued focus on better people making better players has ensured our academy installs the value of Arsenal into young players who understand what it means to rep the Gunners. Arsenal is and will always be a very special club to me. And you know what? Whenever I see Mertesacker, yeah, I remember the chant. But was it City away where Ozil tried to not say like thank the fans who travelled, and he's telling them off like someone like a dad. Like, I don't know why that always sticks out. Big up Mertesacker. I always thought he was a better player than people gave credit for. And I think in hindsight, maybe it's a bit of my Koscielny agenda, but slightly he carried Koscielny. You know, and this is a hindsight hypocrite thing, but very slightly looking back, he carried him. But yeah, he said that. So it's a difficult decision. I'm very thankful for the trust the club put in me when transitioning from a first team player directly into role as head of academy. Now it's time for me to move on and explore something new and push myself even further. So maybe it's just a career thing. He feels a bit stagnant. He wants to try something else. I remain focused on finishing the season strongly, continuing to nurture and develop our young talent and support a seamless transition until my very last day with the club. Richard Garlick has said, we support Per's decision to pursue something new, but we'll be incredibly sad to see him leave at the end of the season. We are fortunate to have retained Per as academy manager once he finished his playing career with us in 2018. He understands what Arsenal stands for, and this has been a constant in his leadership, inspiring our academy coaches, staff, and young players in the Arsenal way, and giving so many an opportunity to develop and shine. We're happy that Per remains in the role until the end of the season while we focus on our succession plan. We continue in our pursuit of winning major trophies. So Richard Garlick said that. The Cronkies have said that. The players say that. Arteta said that. We continue in our pursuit of winning major trophies with sustained focus and investment in our academy. And I know I'm a bit of a football romance, yeah, but nobody was ever going to convince me Wenger's not certified because we got money to spend because of Wenger. And you can see, the academy that he really, really developed is paying off. You had an ex-player in Wilshere in the academy as a coach. Same for Mertesacker. Arteta's the gaffer now. I know I shouldn't care about that kind of stuff, people, but yeah, man, it is what it is. Big up hand of Arsenal. He said William Saliba and Leandro Trossard were both rested today. Obviously, yesterday, no injury concerns. Apparently, Mascara stepped up his recovery and he's closing in on return. Mascara, Hincapié, Calafiori, we need you. And anybody else, man. And anybody else that's missing, people. And shout out the academy, bro. Like, if we ever decided we're selling Wanyeri today, we're selling Lewis Skelly today. Not that I want this. We're selling Dowman today and Salmon today. Look at what the academy's pumping, bro. Look at what we've got. Big up Halen. What's this? Arsenal will have more clarity over Hincapié's injury this week. Okay, we'll know more on Monday. Arteta's press conference is tomorrow, so I don't want to probably read too much on this. We're hoping, this is hoping Calafiori's back for Nottingham Forest away. Mascara, we've just heard he's stepping up things. We hope he could be back for that. Where the hell is Dowman, people? Late February 2026. Take your time. He's young. We don't need any recurring injuries. If you've been living under a rock, apparently Arsenal hire ex-Liverpool throwing coach Gronenmark. Arsenal started working with throwing coach Thomas Gronenmark as the Premier League leaders look to increase their threat from set pieces. We've scored 14 goals from set pieces in the top flight this season, more than any other side, but we have yet to score from a chance created through a throw-in. It's understood that Gronenmark will be working with the Gunners on a part-time basis. He's previously done consultancy work at Brentford. He's previously worked at Liverpool as well. No Premier League team has scored more than the Bees 9 from a throw-in situation since the start of last season. And I mean, what's their right back? Their right back's got a mean throw. We've seen Partey previously try to do the long throw thing. Declan Rice, Calafiori. Yeah, we ain't scored from that. But anything to get a little advantage, why not? Allegedly, Everton are seeking to sign Arsenal fullback Ben White in a bid to address a problem that has long dogged David Moyes' side. Would you sell him in Jam? Would you sell him in the summer? Would you sell him at all, people? White has struggled for game time at the Emirates this season, and Everton are seeking to take advantage of this with a move for the 28-year-old, according to Football Insider, which indicates the Toffees want him to plug a problematic area in their side. The possibility of a loan to the Liverpool club has been muted. Get out of here. You're not getting him on loan in Jan. With Arsenal concerned about the number of injury issues that White has picked up in recent times, the latest of these arrived against Wolves on the 13th of December when he suffered a sustained problem. Apparently, Ben White's unhappy at Arsenal with his lack of minutes. What footballer is going to be happy with their lack of minutes? But there's competition, and White has to look at it and say, at one point, I was the starting centre-half for England, for Arsenal. I was the first choice right back. It's Arsenal always trying to evolve. I've seen a couple of my friends that have been key players get moved on. I've seen a couple of people get upgraded upon. Are you going to stand up and fight? And he's only played 12 times. I'm not selling him unless we go and get Livramento. If we could get Livramento, why not? Why not let Ben White go there on loan to Newcastle and then look to sell him the following season if you don't get Livramento, even though he's going to cost a lot. We all know we're not going to get Tino Livramento in January, but nonetheless, you can. I've covered this already, but apparently United are reportedly eager to hijack Arsenal's proposed deal for Blackburn Rovers striker Igor Tejon, who was linked with in the summer, people. We've gone over the Ben White thing. What's this? 3 strikers Arsenal could sign to replace Gyokeres. Really? Really? To humor you lot, let's see. Igor Thiago, Marcus Thuram. I'd rather Thiago. And even Thiago, show me one more season. Marcus Thuram. Samuel Porto. Poor Arsenal, just wasting everyone's time, man. But yeah. Apparently, ESPN commentator Vincent Schildkamp, I don't know, man, suggests Jurrien Timber could be promoting his brother Quinton Timber, who I could tell you is always at the Emirates, you know, his brother to watch Arsenal, to Mikel Arteta and Arsenal as a potential future transfer. I can't help but think that agreements have already been made with bigger clubs than Lazio. They're saying just finish the season at Feyenoord, make sure you go to the World Cup. We'll make an agreement for the period after that. I really understand why he's saying no to Lazio. That's simply beneath him. He'll probably have some adjustment issues, but I think he can fit into Arsenal's midfield. Surely Jurrien will tell his manager that he has a really good twin brother. If he's going to extend his contract in England, shouldn't he just mention that his twin brother could be picked up for a free in the summer? I mean, look after the family. He's set to leave Palace, as we know. He's set to favour a move to Arsenal or Liverpool over City. Okay. And we all know his deal's up in 2026. Bayern, Liverpool, Arsenal, as well as City have all been interested. Sam Lee from The Athletic has said, on Monday night, I was told by someone who knows what's going on at City, but also I think probably Palace as well. He said he thinks he wants to stay into the summer and he prefers Liverpool to City in any case. Someone else messaged me on X, and I know he's very good on other club stuff. He was like, yeah, he wants to stay into the summer and he prefers Liverpool and Arsenal. I was like, well, I haven't heard Arsenal before, but that kind of tallies what I've been told. Bring him, man. Bring him, man. Bring him, man. Bring him, man. Bring him. I'm having Gertie. There's still rumours of Martinelli being moved on in the summer, people. I can't say I believe these, so I'm not even going to waste you lot's time. Arsenal have been calling for Bayern Munich attacker Elise, while Liverpool are also pushing, according to Fabrizio Romano. Really? 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 The window is there. I mean, we're Arsenal, and we have to... Oh, that's Arteta's comments. Apparently, Elise has been identified as a target by Arsenal. Really? Liverpool are really pushing, while January move to City is alive. You're not moving in January. Arsenal have been calling. To finish many questions on Elise, what is going to happen? The real intention of the player has always been to move in the summer on a free transfer. What? Elise on a free transfer? When's his contract up? We're going to look at that straight after this. The real intention of the player has always been to move in the summer on a free transfer, with Liverpool really pushing and Arsenal calling because Mikel is a big fan. That's got to be... What? That has to be about Mark Gurhey. That can't be about... This can't be about Elise. Elise, no way Elise is a free agent next summer. We don't know about that. Bayern also had some meetings, but now City have been very clear. They want to try. They want to make an important proposal, and they want to go strong for Elise in this January window. Okay, so that's about Palace. This article is written poorly. I was about to say there's no way Elise deal's running out. One of Arsenal's best players have been offered to Real Madrid as a potential replacement for Vinicius, according to speculative reports in the Spanish media. I'm having Vinicius Jr. Did you big up you like that was part of my watching along? Did you not see Vinicius Jr.'s goal yesterday? El Clasico was lit. It was so boring for 45 minutes or 40 odd minutes. And then 5 minutes, goals are just flying in. Pardon me. Martinelli's been offered. I mean, he did do it against them at the Bernabeu. He did do it. Oh, Martinelli. Man, I don't think this is credible at all, man. Nice to be linked with Elise, though. I'd have him for what it's worth. Play him in Odegaard's role. But yeah, the most exciting thing or the most credible thing is obviously Mertesacker leaving. Perez won 2 titles at Arsenal and says a current player would not look out of place in the Invincible. Surely got to be about Rice. If you want to lift the trophy at the end of the season, you need a player like Declan Rice. You need a Patrick Vieira, Omri, or Tony Adams, and Declan Rice is in the same circle. Yes, fair enough. Roy Keane's always also praised him. He seems a pretty humble guy, but he's also got a bit of confidence about him. You need a little bit of an ego to play for a big club, which is true. You look at his career, and he obviously did a brilliant job for West Ham, and now Arsenal surrounded by better players. His role has changed a bit. He's getting forward a lot more. We always thought he had goals in him because his technique is that good and he's a smart player. Is he one of the best players in the world right now? I do think he is, given what he's doing at Arsenal and, of course, for England as well. And we all know Roy Keane's a tough cookie to please, man. So You're doing all right, Rice, man. Big up Perez. I remember when you said Doku was better than Saka, but all's forgiven, my legend. All is forgiven. You was moving mad, but it's cool. Kylo, one love, my guy. Martinelli for Vinny. Here we go. Elise would be great, but come on, man. They're not even trying to make rumors at this point. Osimhen wins us majors, but Arteta's management is perfect. There's got to be something wrong with Osimhen, because how do you end up in Turkey? This day and age, striker market is dead. You look like one of those that, cool, if it weren't Isaac and whatnot, you was the one standout guy. Why did you end up in Turkey? Is there some dodgy injury record? Is it your attitude? Is it your agent? Was you priced out of a move? Is the fee too high and the wages and everything? I don't know. And on top of that, one reason on top of everything I said, why Osimhen wouldn't struggle is he's played in multiple leagues. Obviously, that is, if you're a good footballer in Spain, you can be a good footballer in England, but we all know no two leagues are the same. Obviously, Osimhen's playing in Turkey now, but he's played in Turkey, he's played in Italy, he's played in Germany, he's played in France. So on top of being a gunman in front of goal and actually being a good striker, you've shown you're adaptable. So it just looked too obvious. I'm sure you was aggressively linked with Chelsea at one point. There's got to be something wrong, man. There's got to be something wrong for Fabrizio's season. I hope we don't try and get the lap from Chelsea. Seems like something we would do. Him and Gyokeres would kill me. We did sign them Ecuadorian twins. I'd sell White in a heartbeat. He gives me Kieran Tierney vibes, always struggling with injuries. To be fair, we broke Ben White, if I'm honest. Osimhen is the guy if we want to replace Gyokeres or if another striker leaves. Roll to 100k, smash the likes, people, and subscribe. You lot are far too kind. The media is stirring up nonsense. The throwing coach was at Liverpool and helped Robertson and others increase their maximum distant throws. Any margins we can get, I'm for it. To be honest, DG, Arteta isn't rotating enough, hence players not happy with playing time. Rotate for what sake? Now, don't get it twisted. There's been moments where, yes, Eze can get more minutes. Maybe we could bring Wanyeri off the bench, and I think we ran Ben White into the ground, but we would not be in this position with giving game time for game time's sake. Timber hasn't put a foot wrong. Like, why are we rotating? Generally, of course, there's times you have to pick and choose, but I think this rotation shit is being thrown around too much. Like, you want to have consistency in results, then you want him to change everything, make everyone happy, but then talk about the standards and there's no fighting play. To a degree, this is why I think managers can't win at times. Why not hire an attacking coach? We don't need to do that. Wenger, just call your boy. Arteta, please. What you're doing in defense is cool. Midfield is cool. Just call Wenger, man. The final third, just call him. Just call him. Wenger had too much vision. Man ain't sitting in the stands kissing teeth. He's out in the trenches trying to change the offside rule. He's the real OG. All right, Jay, appreciate you for being a member, man. Big up, DG. Happy New Year. Marie said to say hi. Leave me alone with that Pablo Marie stuff, man. You've been on to me for that for years. You lot used to say he's better than Magalhaes. We came a long way. To be fair, big up Pablo Marie. I think he got a Saudi move. I ain't ever going to hate on someone getting paper, man. We still haven't sold Nelson. No wonder the board was techie about money for Nkapie. You guys have too much. If life was fair, I'd have a lot more. If life was fair, DJ, I would be tripping over Latino Bundes. This guy, bro. This guy is a SLT. What's wrong with you? Support DG, like, subscribe, and join the channel. Controversial take. I think Arteta leaves at the end of the season, no matter what happens. If we win the Premier Champs, he'll leave on a high. If we don't win anything, he'll bow out. But surely you do that. You finally got over the line. You're going to want to go at it more. To be fair, being a manager is intense. And I think the Athletic came out with an article that they don't see him staying at Arsenal for more than 10 years. Now we're at the 6th year, turning 7th. So we have to be prepared for stuff anyways, man. Because you get paid crazy money with low tax in Turkey. I hear that, but let's be real, man. It was like Ivan Toney. You have to save face. Ivan Toney was on every podcast. I'm going to leave. I'm leaving Brentford. He probably cleared out his locker. I have no doubt that all of the top 6 were probably talking to him. For some reason or another, everyone's like, hey, we're not on it no more. You had to leave. And obviously, you're getting paid. You had to leave, or you look like a donut. You look like, everyone's forgot, but you look like Emi Martinez. You're crying at Aston Villa. I'm leaving. You ain't gone anywhere. I do think with Osimhen, he thought the bigger clubs would be in for him. And Galatasaray was the best of a shit situation. You know, Turkish football fans, they're crazy. Galatasaray, a mad club. Obviously, tax-free, like you said. But I struggle to believe, and whether they wanted him or not, like, the top 5 leagues and, you know, the Premier League, like Newcastle probably sniffed around it. Us sniffed around it. Every top team in the Prem, PSG and that, like, there's got to be something wrong with Osimhen, bro. And I don't know if there's something wrong with Osimhen off the field. If you got money and you live in London, boy, you know. We heard the rumours around Thomas Partey. We saw, you know, in the clubbing and whatnot. We saw Lacazette, how physically he started declining. London lifestyle, if you're not, you can lose yourself. Osimhen reminds me of a Aubameyang, not style of player, just that he gets goals everywhere he goes. But I think his attitude is pants. Luis Enrique will get the best out of Eze, Wanyeri, Martinelli, Odegaard, and Gyokeres. He's a very good manager. Vinny to Arsenal would be sensational, but I don't think Arteta would like his attitude. We know we're not getting Vinny because whatever you've just given Saka and all the new deals, and bearing in mind, you're about to give Jesus, well, you've got Jesus at least for another year if you don't sell him this summer. You know, talk around Kai Havertz, Saka's new deal. You're gonna have to shatter that. Whatever you're paying Saka, Vinny's getting that minimum, if not more. We're not doing all of that to get Vinicius Jr. But I would love Vinny for what it's worth. And like you said, the whole attitude stuff. I don't really care about the attitude thing, but yeah. Lookman, the next one to Turkey, Fenerbahce. I can't lie, watching AFCON, I'm ready to start hyping the Ademola Lookman to Arsenal shouts, man. Osimhen would have suited the way Arsenal played, but we missed out. I can't believe people would play Martinelli striker after seeing Rashford's career trajectory. Arteta definitely wants to win the league and champs with Arsenal. I don't think he leaves until he's done both. I hope so. Timber got to play in the bigger games. Maybe he goes for the PSG job if Enrique goes City money talks. I'll never forget DG saying Kivior is world-class potential. You are a liar. Even AI would tell you it's a lie. Pablo Marie to El Hilal, very decent career. Well, I don't think he was wrong for starting Benny Blanco for the FA Cup. Got to save him for the big EPL and Champions League games. Fair enough, man. If anyone could get Vinny, it's better, but City would definitely go in for him and pay him the wages. We'd have to shatter our wage structure. Might even, you know, you'd have to pay him stuff that he's worth. I don't care about the attitude, but that's a factor. If it's just purely on what he could do on a football pitch, Saka, Vinicius Jr. I don't even care about Shai Kai and Gyokeres in the Timberland boots and all of that. Who cares? Man said maybe Osimhen went to Turkey for a hair transplant and decided to stay. You never know. Guendouzi won a trophy in literally his first game for Fenerbahce, if I'm not mistaken, man. So dreams are there to be made of, man. Guendouzi, you move around too much, man. You're probably a disruptive character, man. Arteta saw through you. I was vexed. A couple decisions Arteta's made. I've been vexed at the time, and I've got it in hindsight, isn't it? Like, that was one. Gyokeres made the wrong move. Blood will cook under a real manager. A man said Osimhen would have played CDM or on the wing just to annoy and piss me off. Really? I love Martinelli, super sub, but Teta isn't brave enough to go for it. He's part of the Bus FC. Martinelli could boost our attack. He's fast like Walcott, but more clinical. Boy. Vinny is a baller. With the right manager, he would cook in the Prem. I think it might be Yildiz or some left winger from the Prem. I mean, if we get Yildiz, we're killing him left wing. You get the best out of him central. I don't care where he's playing for Juventus. I love Yildiz, but I can't see it happening. If we win a major, we can afford Vinny's wages. I think we can afford Vinny's wages anyways, but whatever you're paying Saka, you're paying Vinny. You've just given out a bunch of new deals and you have to move players on. And we don't know what the club want to do next season. It's not going to bang, man. It's not going to bang, man. I think we'll bottle the league during the run-in. Our system will collapse like it did in the last few years. We don't score enough. Less said that. Let's talk something else into existence, even if we can't see tangible evidence. Less said that, my boy. Less said that. Less said that. Less said that. Less said that. But on that note, though, people, man, it's time for me to go to the gym. It's been a great way to start Monday. Make sure your notification bells are on because, you know, watch-alongs, videos, all this stuff is always running, people. So, yeah, if you've hit the like button and you subscribe and you support the channel, appreciate you. We're trying to get to 75,000, better yet, subs for the end of the year. Big up you lot. Appreciate you lot. I'll be back when I'm back. And, yeah, man, big up yourselves. Always just like, I think